it's Mary Collins with One Revolution Fitness, and I'm here in my One Revolution kitchen, and I wanted to show you all how to make salmon fish tacos, which is one of my favorite recipes, and it's a very healthy option for people who are trying to stay fit like us. So I wanted to go through my ingredients real quick. First of all, I have wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, and there's no color added, and as you can see it's very pretty red, but there's no added color, so this is the good stuff. I have Himalayan sea salt that I'm going to be using. This has all the minerals still included, which is very good for you, helps you digest your food. I have blackening seasoning called Redfish Magic, which I use all the time. I also use it on chicken. This stuff is really good and there's no artificial stuff in it, it's all natural. I have my 0% fat Fage Greek yogurt, which I'm going to be using to make the dressing that I'm going to put on the tacos. And I have my La Tortilla factory stone ground corn tortillas. It has whole wheat in it also. This is very good, tastes very good, which is very important. And then I have my produce. I've got my cilantro. Can't have tacos without cilantro. I have my butter lettuce, headed butter lettuce that I'm going to be using to show you how you can do a carb-free option on your tacos. I have onion, an avocado, jalapeno, 2 tomatoes, and some nice lemon wedges. So I'm going to get to work on the preparation and I'll see you back in a second. As you can see, I have diced my tomatoes, onions, and chopped up half of the bunch of cilantro that I had and put it all in to make a nice little salsa. I took the other half of my cilantro bunch and I have added it with the yogurt and the avocado into my little mini food processor, and that's how I'm going to make my sauce. And then I have added the seasoning onto my salmon, as you can see. So now what I'm going to do is actually show you how I make my salmon. And as my husband can testify to, I can be a little irritating with my fish preparation. When I go to a restaurant, I'm constantly telling them how I want them to make my fish. So I'm very picky about it, and I'm going to show you my trick right now. So what you're going to want to do is set your heat on high to begin with. You're going to put it on high, and then here's my little trick, and I just learned this from cooking fish for years. I use a piece of foil that I put into the pan, so I'm not actually cooking the fish in the pan itself, I cook it in the foil. And then I have my organic olive oil spray. Spray a good amount in the bottom of the foil. And then what you do is you're going to take your salmon and you're going to place it first face down into the foil. So the seasoning's on the bottom. So as you can see, I have my foil all in there, the olive oil at the bottom, and the salmon is face down. What you're going to want to do is cook the salmon for 2 minutes only. No more than 2 minutes, okay? So I'm going to set my little timer here for 2 minutes. And then I tint the foil up over the salmon like this. So air can escape, but most of the heat will be trapped into the pan. And once you start hearing it sizzle a little bit, I'll turn the heat down to about medium. All right. While that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and whirl my yogurt dressing. And I'm going to do that, and then I'll get back with you as the salmon gets nearer to being completed. And we're back. So our 2 minutes is up. So now what I'm going to do is open up my little tent that I've made, and I'm going to flip my pieces over. And you want to do this very delicately because salmon, as other fish, is very delicate and you don't want to mess it all up. So I'm going to just do this number on it, flip it over, nice and easy. As you can see, it's looking pretty good. Okay. And now I'm going to set the timer for 2 more minutes. And put my tent back up. Always have the tent. Keeps it nice and moist in there, and the heat gets dispersed pretty evenly. Sometimes foil is a little stubborn. Alright, so as you can see, while we were cooking the salmon, I've rolled up my dressing. Looks pretty yummy. And we have everything pretty much set, so I'm going to wait till the salmon finishes and then we'll get you back on. Okay, and we're back. So my timer just went off, and so I'm going to now look at the salmon, just kind of peek at it a little bit, make sure it looks done. When you press on the top of it, you'll notice, see how it's slightly firm, but it still has a little bit of give in it? That's the way you want it to look. If you're afraid, you can always kind of, the first few times you can kind of slice in here and look at it in the middle. And what you want to see is, I don't know if you can see in here. See how that is slightly pink still in the center? It's got that deep pink color. That's what you want it to look like. You want the edges to be lighter pink because it's been cooked. The inside's still going to have that lightly darker pink color in there. Okay? So now what you're going to do is your pan is really hot. You're going to put this tent back up on it, nice and tight. And you're going to take it off the heat completely. This is the key in cooking all fish. Never cook the fish on the heat until it's completely done, because it continues cooking after you turn the heat off, and fish is so delicate it dries out really easily. So you want to always take your fish off about 2 to 3 minutes before it would be done if you were to continue cooking it on the pan. So I just tent it, leave it sitting there off to the side while I finish my preparation on the rest of the meal. So what I've done in here is I actually added in my jalapeno since it got stuck behind a bowl and I didn't see it. So jalapeno's added. I'm going to now add some lemon into my salsa. Just a good squeeze. And I'm also going to put in my Himalayan sea salt. Now this is all to taste. If you like your salsa more tart, you can add more lemon. You know, salt is to taste as well. I usually put, you know, I would say about a teaspoon of salt. And then you're going to stir it up. These tacos are my favorite meal. I could eat salmon every single day of the week, honest. I love it, as long as it's cooked right, which I just showed you how to do. As long as salmon's cooked properly, it's one of the best fish out there, not only for your health, but also taste-wise. And it shouldn't be really fishy. If you have salmon and it tastes really fishy, the most common reason for that is it wasn't fresh. Kind of how you know when fish isn't fresh, it'll have that fishy taste. So there we go, we have our dressing made up and our salsa. Some extra lemon wedges for garnish and for people to put on top. And now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this butter lettuce. As you can see, this is very beautiful butter lettuce. It's nice and fresh. Got it from Safeway. So I'm going to clean it up real quick and pop the leaves off while my salmon continues to finish its cooking. And we'll be back with you in just a second. Salmon's done, and one thing I'm going to do before I start putting the tacos together is I'm going to add a little salt into my dressing. So I'm going to add just enough to make, you know, the taste. It's all to taste. Stir it up really good. Okay. And I have my butter lettuce that I washed and cleaned. And as you can see, it's just this perfect size for my tacos. So I'm going to put this on my plate, put a little bit of my yogurt dressing in there. Take some chunk off my salmon. Make sure the skin's not there. It's not. Add that in. A scoop of salsa. How beautiful is that? So there's my recipe, and you can do the same thing obviously with the tortillas, and I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you try it and what you think of it.